Hello! AI has arrived, and it is a big deal. I don't know to what extent you are following the launch of the ChatGPT model as part of the OpenAI platform. You can read more about it and sign up in a link I provide in this post and play around with it yourself. I highly recommend it. OpenAI is a research and deployment company whose mission is to ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. There has been a lot of discussion, hype, fear, and talk about AI for decades. Artificial intelligence, or AI, really started even before we had computers the way we think about them today. Many theories around automated computation were put forward by people like Alan Turing and others. Artificial intelligence is a concept that seems to tap into both our greatest fears and our greatest fantasies for society. My point today is not to talk about the history of the problems with software permeating into our lives into a greater scale than ever before. I'm sure I will return to that in future posts. It's really an important conversation. Rather, today I want to make two simple points. First, it took traditional media a very long time to even recognize the significance of this launch. In fact, it was blowing up on Twitter, but New York Times and other primary media establishments didn't utter a peep about it. It still hasn't exactly dominated our airwaves, has it? Perhaps by the time you read this post, you will have seen some articles and news clips. But it is a fascinating observation and might be further evidence of what an incredible negativity bias we are surrounded by. And I'll bet you that more and more of the articles about OpenAI will focus on the problems rather than the benefits. And second, I do think this is a huge deal. It's a moon landing of sorts. And part of why the media silence is so deafening. The fact that every human on the planet now can have instant access to a really smart writer and researcher is simply astounding. It's like having instant access to the world's accumulated knowledge, all in conversational form. I am blown away by my own personal tests and trials as I played around with the technology this week. The implications for learning, wisdom, patient care, and simply a more educated public must be enormous. Yes, there are dangers and problems here, as well as that we obviously must learn to navigate. But my point is this. Let's just for a few weeks just celebrate and bathe in the glory of this incredible human goodness that this can offer. And it's free, at least so far. I will simply leave you with one example that you can read and judge for yourself. It's not a particularly incredible one, but I chose it because it is relevant for this newsletter. Here's the question I post into the ChatGPT. Division and polarization is dominating our media landscape. Write a Fortune-style editorial about why this is happening, why it is a problem, and what we can possibly do about it. Okay, ready? Here's what was fed back to me in like 10 seconds total. Incredible. And I have not edited or changed a word so you can see it for yourself. Here's what it came back with. As the media landscape continues to evolve and expand, we are seeing a growing trend toward division and polarization. This is happening for a number of reasons, but one of the most significant is the rise of social media and the increasing fragmentation of the news media. On social media, people are more likely to encounter information that aligns with their existing beliefs and biases. This can lead to the creation of echo chambers, where people are only exposed to information that reinforces their existing views. As a result, people become more entrenched in their beliefs and less open to opposing viewpoints. The fragmentation of the news media also plays a role in this trend. With the proliferation of news sources and the rise of niche outlets, people are able to choose sources that cater to their specific beliefs and ideologies. This can make it difficult for people to find common ground and can contribute to the polarizing nature of our media landscape. This trend towards division and polarization is a problem for a number of reasons. First and foremost, it undermines the very foundations of democracy. When people are unable to find common ground and engage in constructive dialogue, it becomes difficult to make progress on important issues and to find solutions to pressing problems. In addition, division and polarization can have a negative impact on our social fabric. When people are isolated in echo chambers and only exposed to information that reinforces their beliefs, it can lead to increased animosity and hostility between different groups. This can lead to social unrest and can ultimately damage the cohesion of our society. So what can be done about this problem? One potential solution is to encourage media literacy and critical thinking skills. By teaching people how to evaluate the information they encounter and to consider multiple perspectives, we can help to promote more constructive dialogue and to reduce the polarization of our media landscape. In addition, it's important for media outlets to take responsibility for the role they play in this trend. This means reporting on issues in a fair and balanced manner and avoiding the temptation to sensationalize or to cater to specific ideologies. By doing so, the media can help to promote understanding and dialogue rather than division and polarization. Ultimately, the solution to this problem will require a collective effort. We all have a role to play in promoting a more inclusive and respectful media landscape. By working together, we can help to reduce division and polarization and to create a more united and cohesive society. Wow. I mean, that's the entirety of my newsletter, basically. Posted to me in 10 seconds by artificial intelligence. I find it incredible. I typed in that single question, and within seconds, I had these paragraphs. And this is only the first inning. Can you imagine how much better this will get over time? Can you envision how much better our politics and public discourse could be if more people used forums like these to help inform our beliefs and shared experience? Yes, there are many risks and problems. We can only hope that no one can monopolize or commercialize these powerful technologies in ways that introduces bias, bad intentions, or skewed monetization incentives that corrupt this incredible gift we have just received. As you can tell, I'm incredibly excited about this. It might be the most significant technological launch since the internet. At least it feels like it. And like with all new innovations, let's not only try to find the problems with them. Let's instead recognize the enormous potential within them and work together to just make them better. Assume positivity. This is like a newborn baby for humanity taking its first steps. It will fail, it will whine, it will cry, but with our help can give humanity new legs that can make us all better. Thank you, OpenAI.